these fans in attendance are certainly ready for it, understanding the implications of this one. D. Cantner, Lonnie Spurlock, Welsh, Rod Creech, your officiating crew this afternoon. Let's get going from Carmichael. Paulina Paris still out day-to-day with a lower body injury for the Tar Heels, so it's a second straight start for Deja Kelly. And here is Deja Kelly. Leading scorer for North Carolina, Lexi Donarski, the transfer from Iowa State. 7 on the shot clock. Good defense being played by one of the best defensive teams in the ACC in Louisville. Deja Kelly got stuck with the dribble. And win one for the defense. Possession number 1 for the Cards.
The perfect start for Louisville, a team that prides itself on defense, Jen. To get a shot clock violation, that is how Jeff Walz wanted his team to start.
You cannot talk about this Louisville team without talking about its balance. There is no one big superstar. It's a team unlike any other under Jeff Walz. Olivia Cochran could be that superstar, though. The presence inside, and she's got the first points of the game.
She is the player that's been around the longest, Jen. Her 4th season here at Louisville.
There you see the full starting 5 for North Carolina. Cannot forget about number 1, Alyssa Usby does a little bit of everything, and Maria Gakdang, the transfer from Boston College, on the inside. Donarski evens it up.
Very good sign for North Carolina. Donarski has gone cold over the last couple of games, but she is one of the best shooters in the league.
3 transfers in the starting 5 for Louisville. Sydney Taylor from UMass, Kiki Jefferson, Cards leading scorer from James Madison, and Nina Ricards from Florida. This Jefferson. Oh, she hits it. To lead Louisville this season, could have more, Kelly, but Jeff Walz is telling us she is just such an unselfish player.
She is so smooth, can truly score at all 3 levels, that time with a hand in her face, but it did not matter.
Easy on this end for North Carolina. Deja Kelly picking up the dribble out to Donarski. Hit her first shot. Maybe that's what Jeff Walz in his 17th season in charge of the Cards. 5 straight Elite 8s. If that sounds impressive, it is. He is the only coach. Louisville is the only team in the country who can make that claim. Taylor tries a 3, it's good.
Only 28% on the season, but she is a better shooter than that overall. I expect that number to rise for the rest of the year.
Yeah, she made 104 3-pointers last season, led the A-10. Donarski, feel it! I think you could blame her for trying another.
What did I say to you, Jen, at shoot around? This feels like the day that Donarski breaks out of her slump.
Kiki Jefferson at the free throw line. Donarski committing 30 and 10. That was playing with James Madison. She was the only player all of last season to score 30 points against the Tar Heels.
She likes playing the team in the Carolina Blue.
Donarski. What a start for Lexi Donarski, already in double digits.
Go to the bench.
The bench, yeah. India Navarre, Stanford transfer on for Donarski.
This is UNC's leading scorer. She's already has a foul. We got to go right at her. So that's a good job by Louisville.
You do get the feeling it's Deja Kelly time. Hasn't got her scoring day started yet, but look at the Cards run the floor. 8 to shoot. Here is Usby. Navarre running the lane off the glass. It's good. A couple of minutes without a point for Louisville as Harris drives. Usby holding her ground.
That time on the flip side, great defense by Alyssa Usby. Good job getting position.
Navarre.
We talked about Curry being a spark for Louisville off the bench. India Navarre can be that spark for North Carolina off the bench, the transfer from Stanford.
4 points in the game for Navarre. Marissa Russell, Ayla Fistambololu, who you just mentioned, picking up that foul, both in for Louisville off the bench. Jefferson driving, good.
Was having to hedge and help for a split second. Jefferson knows she can get by the bigger pool and goes right to the rim. Usby switching over to the right. That's her first.
Louisville, very good free throw shooting team. They get to the line a lot. Jefferson. That ball wasn't going anywhere else but up when Jefferson got that deep in the paint, but North Carolina said not today. He's not that possession. The bench, a 6'4" redshirt sophomore for the Tar Heels. Deja Kelly, her first two, largest lead of the game for North Carolina at 5.
Deja Kelly rejected the screen, so was able to get a step on the Louisville defender, knocks down a nice mid-range.
Marissa Russell has her shot blocked by Key. And Kelly's going to go right back to the shot blocker. The first 10 games of the season with a lower body injury, coming off a 10-point game or season high on Thursday. Header coming your way this week at 6. Number 15 Florida State is in Durham to take on Duke, and then at 8. Not sure it ever gets easier in the ACC. 6 teams ranked at the moment, and even those who aren't, there are no easy outs. Travel ball.
Others not really looking where they are, just driving and trying to draw contact, not necessarily trying to score.
Final countdown of this first quarter. Deja Kelly still looking for her 2 points. What a way to get them!
For an offensive output from the Heels, you're going to have to score, and that was Louisville's issues later in the first quarter. They just could not score consistently to keep up with UNC.
And Louisville started the game 4 for 8 from the floor, finished the first quarter 1 for 8. And maybe getting number 44 in.
Louisville applying a little more pressure, trapping on that ball screen, but they got called for a hand check.
Foul was on Cochran. Kelly, another tough drive, and it's an off Louisville foul. She now has 2. Curry into the game. One of the best shooting threats. Not that time, but her teammates bailing her out with the offensive rebound. No shot clock reset, though. It's at 7. Taylor goes inside to Cochran. Turns around. Good.
Smooth move. Little jump hook action from Olivia Cochran. Also, Lexi Donarski back in the game for North Carolina with those 2 fouls. Nutrition, more seriously this year, eating more balanced meals, and how that's helped her be
really impressing her in person for the first time. The way she runs the floor, the way she defends. She said she feels it everywhere.
It really helps Jeff Walls with his defensive game plan.
Laylee Love, Georgia Tech transfer on the floor now for Louisville. Taylor, the drive, and a foul.
And somehow putting that ball in. That was a difficult look from Sydney Taylor.
And she's got 6. Donarski with the drive. Gakdang. Puts it up herself. It's good.
Gakdang's first touch, first look of the game where she got a shot off. She needs to attack.
Knew exactly wwhere they wanted to go. It's Curry for 3.
Good job defending, even with those 2 fouls. It's a very tough thing to do when you picked up those early fouls, but it hasn't slowed down her effectiveness.
Donarski, one of the best defenders ever to play at Iowa State, as Jefferson hits it. Looking inside, Gakdang, blocked. Louisville looking for the lead. Curry. Offensive rebound by Harris, and 1 opportunity.
Most likely are going to finish in that top 4 in the ACC. This could be the game that decides it if they finish with the same record.
It was a tight one last time the 2 teams met here. North Carolina got the victory 2 years ago. We'll look back at that in a moment. Kelly banking.
The Carmichael comforts, right, Jen? The comforts of home.
That's
Sometimes
right.
you can bank in a 3 at home.
Sambulolu, freshman from Turkey. Can't get around Gakdang. That's beyond the move for North Carolina, going all the way up and in.
Thing for Louisville is they have that turnover pretty deep in the paint. They get back so quickly. They do not allow North Carolina to capitalize off of that mistake.
What a move to the other side. Nyla Harris has 6.
I really like Nyla Harris's game. Super skilled around the rim.
Speaking of getting down the floor in a hurry.
Team that presses and traps, but North Carolina bringing some of that out at a very good point in this game. Great decision by Courtney Banghart.
5 on the shot clock. Curry lets it go.
It is so brutal for a team when you play defense for 25 seconds, when you're trapping, when you're all up and down the floor, and then that team hits a 3. It's a dagger.
And she beat it again. Crosses over, steps back. The shot off. Not the finish. An open look for Love on the rebound.
Istanbulolo made that possible, fighting Usby for that loose ball, was able to get her hand on it.
And for the second straight.
Forced shot by the freshman. I know they overloaded one side. She had an open lane, but still not the best shot UNC could have gotten.
Russell looking for some options. Stanbulolu can't knock down the shot from distance. Not sure she planned it that time. Kelly, what a dish off for Gakte. Follows her own shot and is fouled.
Running to the rim, getting herself open in transition for her teammates. She's made a big impact.
Usually a 70% free throw shooter, but she still comes up empty. This time, Curry. Little strong, gets her own rebound.
Now with that, yes, exactly, Jen. We're reading each other's mind. Now they can hold for the last shot.
Shot could go to the Tar Heels.
So many charges in this first half. Attack tough, attack strong, but do not extend that opposite arm.
Oh, Kelly lost it. 3 seconds, final shot. Curry has it blocked. So the score should say 36 all. It is tied up at the half. Those 9 North Carolina turnovers certainly playing a part in the scoreline, and the Cardinals so good at capitalizing when they turn teams over. Second half, here we go from Chapel Hill. Donarski trying to pick up where she left off in the first quarter. No points in the second quarter, and in fact, just 2 field goal attempts for Donarski. Taking that many in the first few seconds of the third quarter. Usby cleaning up the mess. She'll try to do it again. Come on, y'all!
North Carolina with multiple offensive rebounds, but could not convert. Louisville lucky to come away, not allowing any points on that possession.
Top of the ACC in reach for whoever comes out of this one on top. Louisville came into this game in the lead. Sydney Taylor now has 8. Cardinals unbeaten in conference play.
Lowered her shoulder right into Olivia Cochran's face.
10th turnover. Kelly, 4 of those have been on offensive fouls against the Tar Heels in this game. Inside to Nyla Harris, off the glass and in.
Louisville is one of those teams that's very good at taking charges. It's part of why they're so good on defense. And right there, a quick turnover for Louisville. Sydney Taylor also throwing her teammate's shoe into the stands. And now Ricards only has on 1 shoe.
And she's trying to hustle down the floor. Deja Kelly taking advantage of the disarray.
I understand tossing your teammate's shoe out of the play because you don't want someone else to trip on it, but she kind of chucked that shoe pretty far away from the play.
Cochran picks up her 3rd personal on the play.
Both these teams are so downhill, meaning they want to go vertically. They want to get to the rim. Instead of going east-west, they want to go north-south. And that's very, very hard to guard. That's why you've seen quite a few fouls, because you pair the downhill nature of these teams with the physicality on the other side. And we knew it was going to be a rock fight, as Coach Banghart told us before the game.
Kelly, 3 of 4 from the line. She has 8 points in the game. Had been struggling from the free throw line. Came into this game hitting just 64%, but was 17 for 20 over the last 2 games for North Carolina from the line. Cochran staying on the floor with those 3 fouls and rewarding her coach for that decision.
Holding the follow through, now 4 for 5 from the field. Her mid-range game has been on point today. Cochran's got to be careful. They could have called her for a foul right there on Gakdang.
Kelly, here is Gakdang. Switch it over to the right, pretty finish. 8 points in the game now for Maria Gakdang. 2-point Louisville lead. Harris looking inside for Taylor. Great movement off the ball. Team gets rolling. They really are a fun team. Van Lith, it is all of these Cardinals making it work, but not at the free throw line, not that time. Cochran, Taylor, curling, dishing, Harris off the fingertips, Ricards finishes it off. Boy, Kelly, I'm told that 2 missed free throws in the second half by the opponent gets cookies. Has tied her career high of 27 points twice in the last 3 games. Taylor, another good look for Cochran, who walks.
Dumping it down to the short corner. Just your presence can sometimes make a post player make a mistake in that situation.
Donarski to read the defense. Navarre, Stanford transfer into the Tar Heels, as is Anya Poole.
Cochran's got to be careful on that high hedge.
Navarre driving by Apex, North Carolina. Courtney Banghart knew her well, recruited her out of high school, Apex Friendship High School. Gets her own rebound off the missed free throw. Kelly, there's a foul.
For the push-off, just quite a few whistles at this point, Jen.
So Usby out there with 3. Cochran also with 3 for Louisville, but add 2 more points to her total. She's got 10.
Cochran has been automatic in the mid-range.
Kelly, an answer back. That ball was touched as it went in, but didn't matter. 1 point, Louisville lead. Cardinals trying to remain unbeaten in ACC play. This their first real test, you could say. First, Cochran, pretty good free throw shooter, about 83% on the season, and I jinxed her.
This game has just been so physical. It honestly feels like, Jen.
Navarre, Kelly, ready and waiting. Usby tried to keep it alive, but it winds up. Cochran calling for it. You said her mid-range has been on point. A little more distance to go on that shot attempt. Inside to Usby. Single coverage. What a pretty finish. And in the present moment, that left hand of Alyssa Usby has tied it up. Can the Tar Heels take the lead? Kelly will not beat it.
But I like how she was bringing attention to other women's sports at Carolina.
And to be fair, I didn't want to call her out. The 2 national championships that Anson Dorrance's Tar Heels have produced over the years. And yes, now I'm back to basketball as the Tar Heels have taken a 1-point lead on the Kelly free throw. Everybody waiting for a whistle. It doesn't come offensive or defensive on that play. 6 to shoot. Oh my.
In some ways, it feels like both these teams are playing to draw fouls instead of playing to score. And I think the difference in this game, the team that actually starts playing to score is probably going to win the game.
That's a good point. Here is Usby. Gets a friendly roll. 5 to shoot for the Cardinals. Taylor does the honors. Kelly with the rebound. This game has been back and forth since the beginning. Donarski, though, hasn't scored since that early run, scoring the first 10 points for North Carolina. Kelly just upended as she was trying to go to the basket. 7 for 13.
Split the screen, split the defense, and get to the lane. Draws a foul. She's on 8 fouls.
Kelly, 6 for 8 from the free throw line. Good hands from Usby. Leading the break, Donarski with her. She gives it right back. Usby was maybe a little too open. Allowing North Carolina to take this lead. 7-0 run. Now they turn it over. Indiana Navarre leading the break for the Tar Heels. Gets the 2 in transition. Ricards. Now Russell. So Russell from 3 leaves it short.
You have to adjust to the way the officials are calling the game in this moment.
Kelly good on the first. Pittsburgh squares off against number 19 Clemson at Little John Coliseum. Coverage begins at 4. Louisville trying to make something happen on this end of the field.
At this point, you've got to start thinking, I cannot touch the offensive player when I'm guarding the ball. If I want to stay on the floor,
because the game has gone along. Curry. Louisville on the offensive end has gone over 5 minutes without a field goal. Deja Kelly. And got the opening and took advantage.
Jim, we've talked so much about Louisville and their balance. This is a year where they don't necessarily have an alpha. They don't have a 20-point score, even a 15-point score. That can hurt in times like this where you're not doing much offense.
About a 2-second difference. Shot clock, game clock here at the end of the third quarter. Crowd counting it down for Deja Kelly, being hounded by Kiki Jefferson. And that's good news if you're Louisville, yes. Just because you want Jefferson to be out there on the floor playing free with the fourth quarter. That foul. 17 in the game now for Deja Kelly, and she's done quite a bit of damage from the free throw line. 10 of 12 free throws for Deja. Final shot off the corner.
And they're very capable from beyond the arc, Louisville is. They've made 7 or more threes in each of their last 3 games. Only 4 for 12 today. If they can hit some big threes to start this fourth quarter, they can get right in this game.
See how the Cardinals start off the final quarter. Not the way they wanted. Tiani Key there defensively for North Carolina. It's been over 6 minutes without a field goal for Louisville. Cochran needs to be careful there. Usby pulled down the rebound. Let's see who this is called on. Curry and Cochran were both there for Louisville. Cochran has 3 personal fouls, and I believe this one is going to go against Curry. The player down at the other end of the floor, Sydney Taylor, was looking around trying to figure out what the delay was for.
Surely hope she's okay. And again, a lot of contact, as we've seen so much in this game. Maybe a push off, maybe some contact. They decided not to call anything there.
Deja Kelly, 11 of her 17 points in the third quarter. Donarski, no points since the first quarter. Back to Donarski.
In a dangerous time right now, they've got to get something going offensively.
Harris. Curry has it blocked. He has really been a strong defensive presence.
Usby just, she got that jump ball with her legs. The ball is between her legs. She's basically holding the ball with her legs instead of her hands. Every possession taking on a little more importance once you get to the fourth quarter. 7 to shoot. Kelly, short. It is out of bounds. Louisville basketball. I'd love to see them go to Olivia Cochran. The way she's shooting the ball in the mid-range, run something for her in that 15-foot area. Jada Curry has also been your spark plug. A 3 on this possession would be massive for Louisville. Cochran, couple of shot fakes. Good look as Love cut through to the basket. Distribute as well. Deja Kelly in the corner. Usby on the offensive glass. North Carolina winning the rebounding battle by 10 at this point in the game. That's been a big factor as well. Kelly, try another from 3 and hit it. Good find by Deja Kelly. especially if North Carolina is going to be hitting threes. Louisville cannot waste time. They've got to find a way to make up this deficit that doesn't let herself get sped up. That's what I like about Deja Kelly. She plays at her own pace, great with the basketball, but also provided a scoring punch that they need.
Curry can be that player. 10-point North Carolina lead. Love helps to take it away for Louisville. Cardinals one of the best at turning over their opponents and turning those takeaways into points. Cochran calling for it, has a size advantage.
She tried to hook with that elbow. They are going to call that pretty much every time.
And that is 4 on Cochran. Chance to do that on this possession. Cochran playing with 4 fouls, had to be careful. They are going for the rebound. Deja Kelly leading North Carolina with 17 points. Usby. Acrobatic catch and pass. Key couldn't find the finishing touch.
Tough miss for North Carolina. That was a heck of a catch by Lexi Donarski.
Heck of a take on this end, too. Jada.
To get them the ball in advantageous situations, whereas if you can handle it like Curry or like Deja Kelly on the other end.
5 of 5 from the line. Make it 6 of 6. Deja pulls up, short. Curry had been aggressive, going to the basket. This time pulls up with it.
Jeff Walsh going to the zone, I think partly just to help his team not foul as much, knowing he has to keep players on the floor.
Jefferson, good dish off inside. Kelly got a hand to the basketball, but Jada Curry, 4 of those in this 4th quarter. Nyla Harris on the line now.
For UNC on the other end as well. Keep playing your offense. Don't do anything differently there, but
Louisville in this game. Navarre gets her own rebound. Nobody boxed out the shooter.
Louisville normally does not get out-rebounded by that type of margin, but North Carolina's done a great job on the glass.
Yeah, Louisville for the season plus 8.5 in the rebounding department. Harris rattles it home. The Cardinals, they are coming. 5 points now, the difference. 5 to shoot. Kelly.
Cochran's got to be careful.
Gets it to Navarre in the corner. Oh, what a three!
You're seeing some of that talent right now.
Jefferson to Cochran. Good. From the line, too.
Some uncharacteristic misses from the free throw line, Jim. You say they started 3 for 8. This is a team that shoots nearly 80%.
Deja Kelly just calming things down, always keeping an eye on that shot clock. Last possession, she gave it to Navarre. This time takes it herself. Usby wide open for the push. 9th double-double of the season, 31st of Alyssa Usby's career. Cochran dishes it at just the right time, and Harris.
They're not going to be able to come back and win this game.
When you think about Louisville over the years, this is a team, it starts on defense. This is what they pride themselves on. 5 to shoot for Kelly. Oh! It's a dagger!
What a shot by Deja Kelly. The floater using the backboard yet again, Jen.
Harris having a big game for Louisville. Answers back.
And that's a 4th foul on Alyssa Usby as well.
Add that to the foul trouble list if you're keeping track. Miss from the free throw line for Harris. Leaves a point to be had. Under a minute to go.
I wouldn't foul yet, though. I would try to get a steal here. Get a trap, see what you can do, and then commit a foul if you need to.
But what you don't want to do is leave somebody wide open.
Alyssa Usby, for all the things that she does well, is only a 59% free throw shooter. I do imagine UNC will have her take the ball out or advance the ball, so we'll see there.
Cochran to Curry looking for the three, blocked by Usby.
Alyssa Usby. That is her 7th block
Oh my goodness.
of this afternoon. She has 10 points, 12 rebounds, and now 7 blocks.
However, she's not going to get the triple-double because after the block, she fouled out.
Wow, they called a foul there.
Yeah, after the fact, there was some contact. You could see the block was clean, but then after, as we were looking at it, that's when she got into a little bit of trouble. So Usby's going to have to sit down. Cochran on the free throw line, 83% free throw shooter on the season. 13 points for Cochran, 1 for 3 from the line. Misses them both. More free cookies for the fans, and maybe a little more. This would be a big one for North Carolina. Tar Heels advance the ball off that timeout. Too much contact with Love. And Ricard's teaming up, trying to take it away from Kelly.
She shot 86% from the line as a sophomore, so she has that capability.
So you would have to think Jada Curry, number 30 in black, is who Louisville wants to get the ball for a three-point shot. She was shooting 60% from 3 in conference play. Instead, they surprised everybody and go inside to Cochran.
And see if something crazy happens. This is one of the best free throw shooting teams in the nation, and they've shot 50% in this game.
Improved to 6-1 in ACC play. 5 for the top spot in the conference. Good hands by the Cardinals, and then they just barely do keep it in. Kiki Jefferson. A little quiet. Taylor, the 3, short. Deja Kelly leading the way once again for North Carolina.
Cement itself as a top 25, top 20 program. So I've been impressed, and I like the initiatives they did today with the youth clinic going into the game. You love to see stuff like that.
Deja Kelly now with 22 points, 13 make it, 14 made free throws. That is a new career high from the line for Deja. Helping to seal the deal for North Carolina, who is going to knock off the Louisville Cardinals, handing the Cards their first ACC loss. North Carolina moving on up in the ACC. Big